In this video, we're going to put together a schedule of expected cash collections. So the problem that I have when I extend credit to customers is that they might not actually pay me the cash in the same month that I make the sale. So when I'm budgeting and trying to figure out how much money is going to go into my bank account every month, I want to do it on the cash collections, not off of the sales. So we have Silver Company makes a product that is very popular as a Mother's Day gift. Thus, peak sales occur in May of each year. These peak sales are shown in the following sales budget for the second quarter. So I have budgeted sales for April, May, June, and their total. From past experience, the company has learned that 25% of a month's sales are collected in the month of sale. Another 65% are collected in the month following the sale, and then the remaining 10% are collected in the second month following the sale. Bad debts are negligible and can be ignored. February sales totaled $380,000 and March sales totaled $360,000. So we're going to look at this by month and in total for the second quarter. So I'm going to start with April sales. So it's 400,000. So I'm going to do 400,000 and then times that by the 25%. So that's the sale in the current month. Then in May, we're going to actually collect. So I'll do the 400,000. And then I'm going to multiply that one by 65%. So that's the second month. And then in June, we're going to finish collecting the rest of April's sale. So 400,000 times by 10%. And I can total this up. And we'll see that it equals the 400,000. Now that wouldn't be true if we had bad debts and didn't collect all of the sale. It doesn't necessarily always line up with the budgeted sales, specifically when you have bad debts. Okay, so let's go ahead and do May. So May is 600,000. So I'm going to do 600,000. I better start on the right month. And then I'm going to multiply that by the 25%. Then in June, I'm going to have 600,000. And I'm going to multiply that one by the 65%. And I'm just going to put this off to the side because I'm going to end up collecting this after the quarter. But a lot of times the question will want us to look at what the accounts receivable is at the end of the quarter, and this will give me the information. So I'll just do 600,000 and then multiply that one by the 10%. So if I add this one up, you'll see that I've only collected 540,000 of that sale in my quarter, and then I'm going to collect 60,000 afterwards. And now let's look at June. So June is 300,000. And I'm going to multiply that by 25%. So that's in the current month. And now this is going to happen afterwards. So then I'm going to have June of 300,000. I'm going to multiply that one by 65%. And then again, June 300,000 in sales. I'm going to multiply that one by 10%. So when I add up the total, I'm only collecting 75,000 of June sales in the quarter and then the rest afterwards. So before I finish, I actually have to go back to February and March because I'm going to have the same problem that I just had here, is that part of February and part of March sales are going to be collected in this quarter. So let's go back. So if I go back to February, and the sales totaled 380 in February. So in February, we collected 25%. In March, we collected 65%. So then in April, we're collecting the 10%. So I'm going to do 380,000 times 10%. So I always do this one last, just because I like to get all of the other information filled in and then kind of go back and do this guesswork. So now in March sales totaled 360. So I have 25% collected in March, 65% collected in April. So I'm going to do 360 times 65%. And then I have 10% collected in May. So I'm going to do 360 and then times that by 10%. So now I have all of my collections. So what I'm going to do is just total this up. So this is how much cash I'm collecting in April, 372. Even though your sale is 400,000, that's not the cash that we're collecting, because we're collecting cash from different months and different periods. And so then in May, I collect 446,000. In June, I end up collecting 505,000. So in total, I end up collecting 1.323 million. So I'll just double underline that. And just to remind ourselves that we're working with dollar amounts, I like to take the top and the bottom and turn them into dollar amounts. Okay, so the next question is, assume that the company will prepare a budgeted balance sheet as of June 30th. Compute the accounts receivable as of this date. So my accounts receivable is just going to be these amounts. So it's the cash that we're collecting after the quarter. So that comes out to 285,000. So just to remind you where I got those numbers from, I'll just highlight those in yellow, and then that way you can see it. Perfect.